Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Here is the Avast Security News Roundup for the week ending September 16th, 2022. Google loses the first round. In Google's first fight to overturn a record-breaking 4.3 billion euros antitrust fine submitted by the European Commission, judges sided largely in favor of the European Commission. However, the judges decided to drop the fine from 4.3 billion to 4.1 billion euros. The European Commission argues Google illegally required smartphone manufacturers to pre-install the company's Google Search app and Chrome browser as a condition for licensing its Play Store. Google made payments to large phone makers and operators if they exclusively pre-installed the Google Search app. Google prevented manufacturers from pre-installing apps running an alternative version of Android if those apps weren't approved by Google first. After being presented with these arguments during the hearing, the judges ruled mostly in favor of the analysis of the EU's antitrust chief, Margrethe Vestager, according to Bloomberg. However, the judges found faults with the second claim and believed Google's rights to a fair hearing had partially been infringed. As a result, the penalty was reduced to 4.1 billion euros. Read more at Android Authority. TikTok won't commit to stopping U.S. data flows to China. TikTok repeatedly declined to commit to U.S. lawmakers on Wednesday that the short-form video app will cut off flows of U.S. user data to China, instead promising that the outcome of its negotiations with the U.S. government will satisfy all national security concerns. Testifying before the Senate Homeland Security Committee, TikTok Chief Operating Officer Vanessa Pappas first sparred with Senator Rob Portman over details of TikTok's corporate structure before being confronted, twice with a specific question. Read more at CNN Business. This Windows bug is so bad even Windows 7 is getting a patch. The newest security update by Microsoft affects every recent version of Windows. It's currently rolled out to Windows 11, 10, and 8, 8.1, as well as all Windows Server versions going back to Windows Server 2008. It's also rolling out to Windows 7, even though security updates were supposed to end on January 14, 2020. The vulnerability in question is identified as CVE 2022-37969, and it's a bug that allows for elevation of privilege in the Windows Common Log File System driver, which an attacker can exploit to obtain system-level privileges on a vulnerable device. Microsoft gave credit to 4 different teams of researchers from CrowdStrike, DPAPP Security, Mandiant, and Zscaler for reporting the issue, perhaps signaling that this vulnerability was already being exploited in the wild. Read more at How to Geek. Autonomous stores could change the retail game. Autonomous stores function without a human cashier and offer their customers easy and frictionless checkout. One such example is the Amazon Go store, which allows members to put their desired items in a virtual cart and then simply walk out with their purchases. Autonomous stores completely change the retail experience by eliminating the need to wait in line. I think we're still discovering how to do this best because it's so new and the landscape is shifting quickly, Hartman commented. However, I think the principle behind mobile payments would be to understand how to be versatile in your acceptance of payments. Then the next major step in this area is likely autonomous stores. That will change the game. For more on this story, see Venture Beat. Attackers use WeTransfer for Lampion attacks. A new phishing campaign uses WeTransfer to send malicious files that initiate a Lampion malware attack. Lampion is a data-stealing malware that was first observed back in 2019. Attackers launching the most recent campaign used compromised company accounts to send would-be victims a WeTransfer link in a phishing email that tries to trick them to download a proof of payment document. If they do, it starts a sequence that culminates with Lampion laying its own login forms over bank login pages. Once the victim enters their credentials, the data is sent to the attacker. For more on these types of attacks, see Bleeping Computer. FishPig hacked and used the backdoor e-commerce servers. E-commerce software maker FishPig, which is used by as many as 200,000 websites, has been hacked, and attackers are using it to create backdoors in customers' systems. We are still investigating how the attacker accessed our systems and are not currently sure whether it was via a server exploit of an application expert, said Ben Tideswell, the lead developer of FishPig. Threat actors used FishPig's fee-based Magento 2 modules to carry out the supply chain attack earlier this summer. This has all been cleaned up now, and multiple defenses have been installed to stop this from happening again, Tideswell commented. See Ars Technica for more. Lauren's ransomware gang exploits Mitel voice over IP. The Lauren's ransomware gang exploited a critical severity vulnerability in Mitel MyVoice VoIP appliances to gain access to a victim's network. Researchers reported that the exploit was a remote code execution bug in MyVoice Connect, which gave attackers a reverse shell to the victim's network. The gang used known tools to perform credential dumping and the follow-up network and domain enumerators activities before moving laterally to access two privileged administrator accounts with compromised credentials. Organizations are advised to update their Mitel MyVoice Connect version R19.3, which was released in July 2022. Again, stay up to date on your software. See Security Week for more. The FBI says Rewards for Justice bounty program bears fruit. At the Billington Cybersecurity Summit in Washington last week, FBI Assistant Director for Cyber Brian Vorndran announced to the crowd that Rewards for Justice, the State Department's program offering rewards up to $10 million for tips leading to the apprehension of cybercriminals, is working. It's essentially incentivizing individuals who have intimate knowledge of a criminal conspiracy, whether nation, state, or not, to report to the U.S. government. That has borne fruit at this point. Vorndran said the FBI Cyber Division rolled out Rewards for Justice in August 2020. To learn more about the program, see CyberScoop. This week's must-read on the Avast blog. Sending sexy photos can be really fun, but it does come with increased risk of literal exposure. Here are 7 questions to ask yourself before sending that sexy photo. If you're my age, you don't have to worry. There are no such things as sexy photos. Read the article at the link listed. And that wraps up this week's Avast Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.